Hey everyone, welcome back to That's Not Bad. I'm Phil, great to have you here. Today we have got a recommendation from Sarah, who lives in Bridgend in Wales. Thank you, Sarah. I'd never heard of Bridgend. I had to look it up. But yeah, looks like a nice part of the world. Had never heard of it until today. But Sarah's been giving me a little bit of grief around the upcoming Rugby World Cup, so I thought I'd better throw this on. Sarah's somewhat optimistic about the chances of the Welsh. I don't share that optimism, but I cannot wait. Not long to go. NZ France in the opening game of the tournament. I am a bit nervous. In fact, to be fair, it's probably the most nervous I've ever been going into any World Cup. But yeah, we'll see how we go. But Sarah sent through, well, the title says it all, the video that'll make you love rugby. Now, being a Kiwi, rugby's in my blood. I love football. I love rugby league, but rugby union, the game they play in heaven, or so they say, or the game they probably used to play in heaven before they changed the rules 18 times. So this will be quite interesting to see what's in this compilation. Hits, skills, highlights. I don't think there'll be any fights so far as violence is concerned, but hopefully some big hits. I don't know if it'll be slated towards Northern Hemisphere play or Southern Hemisphere play, but let's get into it. I'm looking forward to this one. Here we go. We've got a soundtrack to it, no commentary. James Haskell. Now, he used to play for my team, the Highlanders, for a season. Good player, but fuck, he's a tool. He is such a tool. Oh, I love the commentary. Go the buck. Oh. And the good thing about rugby is there's so much action. You could watch a compilation like this and had never seen the event live or in another compilation. Some great stuff. England, oh, the team I love to hate. Bloody Bridge, the forgotten man of the Crusaders. Sever Reese, fresh out of court probably. Oh. I'm guessing this video was put together by a young man in his 20s, given the music. There's my team, Highlanders, in the old school away yellow. Or fluoro, as we called it. Oh dear. Is it just me? And I know there's a few South Africans on this channel. Why is it? Well, I think I know the answer, but a lot of fields in South Africa, and there's a couple in Australia in particular, they always cut up. And is it because they use a sand base, and that's why some of these fields disintegrate? I think it's a sand issue, because you don't tend to get the same problem in New Zealand, but they tend to have different compositions for the fields altogether. So is that a common thing in certain parts of SA? I'd love to hear, love to know. Is that fucking Haskell again? Oh, and his mate Marla. Mackenzie's a good lad.
He's not happy. On the Gold Coast. Here we go.
He's like a chihuahua, man. And there's my mate Sappho. No Marpin. Now there's a guy I feel for, man. He should have had a much longer career in the All Blacks. Smoke barrett on the outside. Oh, Jesus. It's it, Beth. Oh, fuck! What a pass! Wow, man. Is it true that the Stormers are the most hated team in South Africa? Correct me if I'm wrong there. That's what I've been told by a few South Africans, and a couple who come from Stormers territory as well. Ooh. This compilation's an interesting one. I've seen some of the footage. I haven't seen all of it. Probably I've seen about a third of it. And a lot of the stuff obviously are from, you know, Curry Cup or Northern Hemisphere tournaments. Which, to be fair, I don't generally seek out. Oh, boom! How's your father? Shit. Well, the good old Sunwolves, man. It's a shame they're still not in Super Rugby. They were good value, even though they got caned a lot, but they were entertaining. Here you go, Sarah. Here are your boys. And this is probably how they'll go in the World Cup. Sorry, mate, you gave me plenty of shit on that email, so I have to have a dig. And I've got to say, just for the record, you know, yes, I'm an All Blacks fan, but I have a huge respect for the Springboks in South African rugby. There's not many players from other teams in world rugby that I'd swap out a few All Blacks for, but if I did, they would all be from the Springboks. There's a few there that are just, you know, they're just made of granite, and there is a definite respect there for South African rugby. Quite a different style of game, and quite a different ethos, I think. But ultimately, you know, you can differentiate the nations that have rugby as the number one or number two sport. You can just see it in the passion, and obviously New Zealand and South Africa fall into that group. I know football in South Africa's got huge popularity. Whether it's more popular than rugby, I don't know. I suspect it's probably a reflection of the lower to middle classes versus middle to upper class. Possibly the same as in the UK, given that the private school, public school, you know, comparisons with rugby in the UK. But yeah, big fan of the Springboks. If the All Blacks can't win it, I'm not sure if I want the Springboks to have four titles. I don't want a home union to get it though, so maybe I would back the Boks if it wasn't us. I sure as fuck wouldn't be back in Australia. No chance. Oh yes, I remember that hit. Fuck. It's like, good night. Oh. Good player though. Oh. Fantastic pass. Gotta love a good backhand pass, right? A lot of them are miracle balls, but when they come off, it just adds that level of impressiveness. Oh, you fucking... Perenara was in the news in NZ recently because some con man who owned a swimming pool company ripped off a whole raft of people, including TJ Perenara, to the tune of 40 grand. And it's like, you know, a whole raft of people ripped off, but hey, here's a former All Black. We'll make him the headline feature because he happened to be an All Black that got ripped off. Oh, disappointing. I don't mind Perenara though. He's a bit woke, but he's a good boy. Oh my god. Fucking Mitch Hunt, who ended up playing for the Highlanders. So I got a great story. Well, it's not a great story. This game. So I was. This game was in Christchurch, and I went down from Wellington to with some friends to Christchurch. And the reason we were in Christchurch was not for this game. This was just a side note. But we were there to catch a '90s hip hop reunion tour, and there was bloody Vanilla Ice, Coolio. Fuck, no, was it Coolio? I was a bit off my chops. It was Coolio, who since has passed away, which is quite sad. Oh God, now my memory's gonna let me down. Salt and Pepper, who were absolutely fantastic. Vanilla Ice headlined it, but he was shit because he only really had 2 songs. And the second song, Ice Ice Baby, he must have had a fucking 16-minute set of just going round and round and round. But Salt and Pepper were bloody good. But that concert was the same day as this game, and I'll never forget that goddamn Mitch Hunt drop goal at the end. Cost us the game. Wanker.
To come offside.
Oh.
That was Raisunga.
Jesus. Oh, beautiful. Fantastic play. They're going to be hard to beat this year, the Box. Very hard.
Hardy wins that one. Taylor leaves it behind. They have to scramble. It's there for Arm. Oh, the around the back pass into the hands of Dialendi.
Gotta love some of these passes. And just the sheer athleticism compared to previous years, you know? They're all just finely honed athletes. Cooper. Oh, I hate the wanker, man. Yes, I know he was born in New Zealand, but he's just that. One of very few players where you hear his name or see him and you just think, there's just daggers to him. Quade Cooper is definitely in that category. Well, that was that was interesting. Sarah, thank you. That was, yeah, I'd say a young man in his 20s has put that together and probably runs this channel from the look of it. But it was worth checking out. Yeah, and I guess if you're not familiar with rugby, some of that might be lost on you, other than, you know, there's the occasional sort of flick miracle pass and a lot of bone crunching tackles, which is probably why rugby's in a bit of a state at the moment, with a whole raft of lawsuits, or a big collective lawsuit that's underway in the UK at the moment. Former players that have got brain damage. Similar thing to what happened with NFL football in recent years, where a big settlement was reached. I don't know if rugby union's got the war chest to be able to pay out a significant court case like that, but yeah, that's another conversation for another time. But that was bloody good. That certainly gets the blood flowing for the opening of the Rugby World Cup in a couple of days' time. Sarah, thank you. Yeah, I admire your passion for the Welsh, but I can't see it, my friend. It wouldn't surprise me if it didn't get a pool play, but you never know, right? I think there'll be some upsets. So thank you for that. Likes and subscribes, I love them. I love all the banter, even where you're giving me shit about what I'm doing or what I'm choosing to watch. Hey, thick skin. So I love all emails, all comms. Thank you guys, no matter where you are in the world. Stay safe. Take care. Cheers.